This is the X Factor presented by Xfinity. We are heading into Week 7 alongside TJ Lang. I'm Dannie Rogers. It's the matchup, one of the biggest matchups of the season. Goff versus Stafford, both of them facing their old teams in Detroit and LA. So X Factor 4, let's start with LA. Who do you got, TJ?
Oh, big shocker, right? I think
who could it be?
You can take your pick with this Rams team for sure, but Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, the playmakers that they have all over the field. But we're going with our guy, Matthew Stafford. He's obviously found himself a new home and looks happy and is having a whole lot of success. You can just tell the fun that he's having winning football games. And I know, he left everything out here on the field when he was in Detroit, but a guy like that, I think you root for him individually to have success. And he's been a heck of a player so far through the first 6 games. He's top 5 in passing yards, passing touchdowns. His favorite target out here, Cooper Kupp. Those guys are a dangerous combination. This play from last week was pretty incredible. You just talk about the accuracy. First of all, it starts with the protection. Rams' offensive line has been doing a really nice job of taking care of him. He's trying to fit that ball into this window. There's really nowhere to put this ball, and he still finds a way to make it. Just throw an absolute dime to Cooper Kupp for a big play. That duo of those two have been so explosive. Cooper Kupp leading the league right now with 7 touchdowns through 6 games. That's incredibly impressive. And it's just, it's fun to watch. It's going to be a tough challenge for these Lions defenders to try to slow Stafford down and try to slow Cooper Kupp down, because every week teams try to take him away. And a couple weeks ago, I think he threw the ball 15 times to Robert Woods instead. So they've got their choice of options over there. But the one thing that you have to show about Stafford too is he will still give you a chance to take the ball away. He's got 4 interceptions through this year, not too bad of a stat. But, when you see Deshaun Jackson in the game here, he's a speed guy. He's going to be running down the field. So if you're safeties, you have to recognize that. Stafford, just like he did in Detroit, he's going to give his guys plenty of opportunities to go up and make a 50-50 catch. If he gives you one like this, if you're, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, any of those deep safety type guys, you get a chance to take it away. You got to make it count just because of how explosive that offense is. But he's playing a high level right now. He's obviously going to be jacked up to play this Lions team, and watching the film, I imagine he's probably licking his lips a little bit. It's going to be on this Lions defensive unit to try to slow him down, try to slow Cooper Kupp down, and also slow the run down, which kind of leads me into who our X Factor for Detroit's going to be.
All right, we'll take it away. Let's go. Let's do this. We're moving
Another guy
along here.
facing his former team, Michael Brockers. I think that through the last 2 games, really, you saw against Minnesota, the defensive line played really well. And really the first half last week played really well against Cincinnati. And it really starts with these guys right in here. I think it starts with the interior defensive line of the Detroit Lions. You take away the 50-yard rush that Madison had a couple weeks ago, they're holding him right around 3 yards a carry. Last week against Cincinnati, they didn't have a whole lot of success running the ball in between the tackles. Their big runs usually came, on the outside, cutbacks. These guys have been playing well, and I think it's really started in the last couple weeks with Michael Brockers. The veteran leadership that he brings. I know this play, he's lined up in the 5 technique just outside the left tackle. Play late in the game, since he's obviously got their backups in, but you see him just kind of shed the left tackle. Tight end coming over to chip, he ducks underneath, is able to get a TFL. That's how you have to slow down explosive passing attacks. You have to slow down the run. That way you don't get burned a lot in the deep end with the play action passes, which is something that the Rams obviously love. And then this play, 3rd down situation, lining up over the left tackle. He's just going to give a nice little swim rush, get to the outside. Nice job by Trey Flowers forcing inside pressure on the left tackle and finish it up with a sack. We haven't seen nearly enough of what I think this defensive line unit is capable of so far when it comes to pressuring the passer, but this is going to be a good week to do so. I know the Rams' offense is scary on paper, and they have big plays written all over them. But if you get a chance to slow down that run game, it's going to help you out when it comes to the play action game. And if you get a chance, one of those 50-50 balls that Stafford throws up, make it 51-49 in your favor. Try to come down with the takeaway.
Matthew Stafford, 13 seasons in the league, 12 with Detroit. Michael Brockers, 10 seasons in the league, 9 with the Rams. What kind of emotions go into this game, this matchup?
Yeah, I know both those guys have kind of downplayed it this week a little bit, saying it's just another game, but it's not, especially when you play that long with a team. If you're only around for a year or two, right, who cares? But 9 years with the Rams for Brockers, 12 with the Lions for Stafford, like you said. I mean, there's a lot of emotion that goes into that. I think, obviously, with Stafford playing here for 12 years, left his emotion on the field every time, and I think that's why the fans appreciated him and respected him so much. And Michael Brockers was that type of player for the Rams for a long time, too. So I know, but they're both saying it's just another game, but having experience going back playing Green Bay Packers when I was in Detroit, there's a little bit extra motivation to kind of prove your former employer wrong a little bit. It gives you, like I said, more motivation to want to succeed and to want to show them that you're still the player that you once were. And I think it's gonna be emotional. It always is at first. Once the game starts, kind of wears off a little bit, but I think both of those guys will definitely be excited to play their former teams.
Of course, Michael Brockers in that defense trying to slow down Matthew Stafford, who is having his best career completion percentage and is throwing the most yards per pass as well in his 13-year career. So it's going to be a good one. We're excited. We'll be heading out there to LA soon. Thanks for tuning in to the X Factor presented by Xfinity. Week 7, LA Rams, they're on the clock.